Hi, Aquarius. This is the reading. Nobody has requested an Aquarius reading, but I'm doing one because the energies I have with me today are air. So we're gonna do Aquarius. I hope that you guys are well. Yeah, Venus is here. I've been trying to do Taurus and Libra and work with Venus, but I'm struggling with Venus, but Venus is here for you. You're taking action, eating away what has been stopping you from sitting in your power, though. So it's an action that you're taking, but it's an internal action more so than anything else. You're going through karmic changes right now, and you should be cleansing. They are working to cleanse you and to prepare you for it. You have an uphill battle you're about to go through. This battle is meant to inspire you. For some of you, it's like a love spell. Somebody might have cast a love spell on you, or they're doing magic on you, love magic on you. Not all magic has to be a like ritual and spell. Some people cast magic by like obsessing over you. Some people try to like, you know, manifest my ex back. Sometimes a lot of people manifest through, you know, self-pleasure. This is somebody that it's kind of like a trap's been set. I get that they stalk you a lot, they watch you a lot, they try to connect to your energy online, and they're trying to kind of like set a trap. This person really wants you, but I don't, it's a like domination thing almost. Because they're trying to cause confusion in your life. It's a weird energy here, but you're aware that this person's kindness is not, something's up. This is fishy. This challenge, this like uphill battle that you're going through with this person though, it's going to work to inspire you. It's inspiring you, especially when it comes to like cleansing. This person might be teaching you a lesson in like love spells, like what a love spell feels like, what it looks like, and how to get it off of you. I've had people that have taught me that before, and you know, at different levels. Yeah, that's what I told you. It's more about submission. It could be a Pisces that you're dealing with, or this person subconsciously wants to control you. They want to put you in a cage. There's a Capricorn or a Virgo here too. Yeah, Hermes is here. Organization. This person, they're manipulative. They manipulate you mentally. They're not emotionally manipulative. They're mentally manipulative. This person plays head games with you. That's why I'm saying it's like a domination thing almost. I mean, you guys might be into that. The dom and sub thing. This person is a little bit sadistic. Or you are. A situation could be reversed. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There's Scorpio energy here. Of course, there's Scorpio. It's always a power struggle with Scorpio. This person, it's like they want to possess you, Aquarius. They like are very traditional though, and they have very traditional like gender roles that they like in relationships, and you are somebody that is very independent, you're wild and free. They want to kind of tame you to fit these roles, but it's in a way that karmically, it's going to help you align better financial. You're going to grow a lot through this situation. It's like this situation is being maneuvered in some way by your spirit team to where it's inspiring you, especially when it comes to like money ventures. For some of you, there's travel involved. There's going to be a choice. Yeah, this is, for some of you, it's like this person wants to marry you. But they want to cut you off at the knees, is what they're saying. It's like they want to marry you, but and they're going to push you towards getting married to them. But it's like they want to possess you. They want you to be theirs. And I don't get that they're letting you be who you are. Because like the first card out is submission with the like bird in a cage, you know? You can admire the bird. You don't need to put it in a cage. Let it be free. Yeah, here we go. Some of you have an ex. There's a Leo energy here, or an Aries. You have drama with an ex, or you did, and you're trying to be practical with your emotions because this ex puts you in a lot of drama, puts you through a lot, and it's caused like bad memories. For some of you, the person that wants to put you in a cage, their last relationship or a significant relationship to them, they were cheated on and like they were like publicly embarrassed, like a cuckold type of energy here. And because of that, they just want to ensure that this relationship with you, getting your love is a sure thing. But like in order, you know, this person has to work through getting cheated on. So they might struggle with like you not answering the phone for extended periods of time, them not knowing what you're up to, you know, it's like that sort of thing. Like they have a tendency to be controlling, or they would, because they don't want to lose you. They don't want to have you and then not be able to keep you. But again, it's a like submission dominance thing too, which I mean, like, you might be into that thing, you know, that's not the worst thing, but it's like, I never read the books or watched the movies, but that like, what was it? The 50 Shades of Grey or whatever. I don't know I didn't watch, I really didn't. I do a weird thing, which, you know, it's an Aquarius reading, so this might be you. I do a weird thing when like something is very popular, I won't watch it or participate. Like I didn't start watching The Office until like it was in its like last seasons, because it was so popular here that I was like you know, when everybody was watching The Office, I was like, no. There are certain shows that everyone, like Game of Thrones, I've never seen Game of Thrones. I've seen a couple episodes here and there. Like I've literally, when I say a couple episodes, I might have seen bits and pieces of like 3 episodes, like randomly, just because like I was forced and I didn't really watch it. It's not that I'm sure it has to be good. I don't know why. It's like when something's it's Aquarius in me. When something's like super popular, sometimes I'm like, no, I don't want to watch it. I don't want, like people will tell me like, oh, but it's so good. I'm like, no, I don't know why. Sometimes I don't want to participate in the collective brainwaves is really what it is. Like I'll get into it later when it's no longer a thing and I can have my own space. Sometimes I don't want to be a part of the collective, you know, mass brainwave, because it gets weird, you know. Do you know what I mean? Like there's certain things pop culture wise that like change society in a like weirdest way. Like I think Harry Potter did. But I love Harry Potter. I was very attached to Harry Potter, but I was the same age as Harry when those books were coming out. So I connected to it very deeply. And also, like, just being somebody that's naturally a magical person, I felt very seen. I also loved the idea of, like, you know, an owl coming and saving me from my mundane life, like going to school. You know, I wanted to go to Hogwarts really bad. I got really obsessed with it. Twilight, I wasn't really into Twilight. I don't think I've seen all the Twilights. I think I might have seen the first or second. But Twilight's one that I feel like changed. You know what's a really good vampire? They want me to tell you this. I am working with 2 vampires. I'll explain who they are later, not now. You're not ready for it. And also, like, I have to do something for them first before I will do a reading where I'll channel them. They're around me, but they're not going to participate in a reading until I do this thing. And I have stuff, you know, I have stuff I have to do. So sorry. Oh. They want me to acknowledge this is Archangel Michael's spirit vessel idol, but he has been very gracious to allow another spirit to use it because Michael would like to film during the day. He is a sun angel after all. He would prefer during the day. So he is allowing another angel to use this. This is also another spirit vessel that possibly could have been a good placekeeper, and I have several Cernunnos vessels available, but I don't know what it is. Cernunnos really doesn't like some of the angels. Specifically, I don't want to tell you because he doesn't want you to know. There are 2 angels that he really, really doesn't like. And this is not the angel that he doesn't like, but he will not know. None of the angels can use his spirit vessels. He would like to maintain all of them. Cernunnos is here. Say hello. He's off camera because I don't know. I could explain it. I could go into it. It doesn't matter. Do you actually care? Do you care who this is? Too bad. I need to give them their own idol and they want to be portrayed a certain way. This is not ideal for them. This is really only a Michael sort of thing. All of the other angels I work with do not like to be portrayed as angels because most of them are not actually angels. I could explain more, but I won't. I won't because I don't think that it's not important. It is important, but I don't think for the average viewer. This is stuff that I'm considering starting another channel, a different channel, where I go more into like I don't want to say there's not religious beliefs, spiritual work. Get more serious about spiritual work. This is really just a tarot channel, you know. I don't really want to muddy it up with a bunch of like random stuff. So I don't know. It doesn't matter. I'm feeling very drained right now. Can we not do that? Please. King Belial would like to be acknowledged. He's here. Yes. King Belial is angelic. He's an angel. On the darker side of things. He has not let me rest for a long time. He has been calling to me for a very, very long time, over a year, and I didn't want to answer his call because of the implications of working with him, and that is something that I have had to address, and that's something that Apollo really helped me with, is acknowledging that my Christian upbringing was skewing the way that I understood the word demon, and I applied the word demon and how I viewed demons, and that in order to work with my guides, I had to acknowledge that they're all demons, you know, because they're in between the creator and human. It makes them a demon. It's not, it's, the word is, the definition of the word is different from what Christians and what religion has made demons. So I didn't want to work with Belial. I still don't, I don't mean to be offensive. I know his energy. There are certain spirits that I know their energy very well because I have met a lot of people that have been possessed by that energy. And so I feel some sort of way towards that, like Jezebel energy. This is something I talked about a long time ago. Jezebel energy is very apparent in narcissistic people. A lot of them have a Jezebel possession, the Jezebel spirit. Jezebel is really annoying as hell when she's manifesting through other people. When you acknowledge her as her own spirit, she's not that bad. Then she doesn't go by Jezebel. That's hard to explain about like demons, is that them as themselves, I don't want to say enjoyable. I've had a very traumatic experience when working. It wasn't the demons. It was a different sort of entity, but it's something that I had to do to get initiation in order to reach a higher level of consciousness and to be able to work with them as close as I do now. It's a part of like shamanic rites. A lot of shamans die. That's like a thing with shamans, is that you have to die. Like a lot of shamans actually, like their heart stopped and then they came back to life. A lot of shamans. My death was one of the most traumatic thing that's ever happened to me. And it was spiritually traumatic and also like traumatic experiencing it in real life. And it was split, but experiencing it at the same time. Trauma from both sides. And it was something that I had to do, and it's something that they held my hand through it the best that they could, but it was very difficult. They don't, it's not that they feel bad, it's that they have a lot of emotions for what they put me through. I really love my team, but they do things to me that are not comfortable for me. Like a few months ago in reading the cherubim, they apologized to me for something, and what I perceived their apology for, I was like, that's not a big deal. It wasn't that big of an inconvenience. I didn't know what was to come. Archangel Michael, we've had beef since, like, one-sided beef is what they say. That's what Venus says to me too, is one-sided, because I'm beefing with them. It's not that I'm beefing with them. Venus is not beef. It's, I don't know how to explain it. Archangel Michael, he does things that I don't like experiencing. He puts things into motion that I don't want to experience, but I have to. You know, that's our contract, that's our agreement. Angels are not delicate. Angel magic, angels have never been human, so they don't experience what we experience. They don't know what it's like to live on Earth and to feel what we feel. So they deal with humans a lot, and obviously a guardian spirit is going to have a lot of love for you, but if something needs to happen, they don't care that, like, you really, like, you know, you were really comfortable and enjoying where you were. This is like too bad. That's not where you need to be. We're rearranging you, but in the process, you're going to, like, you know, lose your job, lose relationships. Something bad's going to happen to you. You know, you're going to get into an accident, but you're going to come out on the other end. It's stuff like that. That angel magic is traumatic. It wasn't the angels that, the trauma that I went through. I talked about it on Patreon once. I don't know if it's something that I really want to talk about on here. I'll talk about it eventually, but I haven't decided what format. Because it's difficult for people to understand, you know? And I think that sometimes if I share it this way, it's hidden, not enough people see it, people don't get it, it's not reaching the right audience. Anyways, it doesn't matter. There's something you need to walk away from your childhood. For some of you, it's like smoking. You need to stop smoking for somebody. There could be a Gemini involved. You're walking away from a situation that you couldn't be yourself, and you couldn't speak your truth in this situation. You had to water yourself down or accept breadcrumbs to make the situation work. For some of you, like I said, it was with the Gemini. This is somebody that there was an argument with, or there's just a very combative relationship and you're walking away from it. And I get that spirit is like moving mountains for you to walk away from this, because this is a person you never wanted to walk away from. You never saw yourself walking away from. You've been feeling stuck, but it's a lot of like internal conflict around like stability in your life. Either like you finding your own stability, or for some of you it's like who you're going to be in a commitment with, who is going to bring stability to your life. Because I get that this past person, whoever I'm picking up on their energy, they are not stable, and that's why they bring so much conflict and so much like controlling energy to your life, is because they're not stable on their own. So they gotta like create an illusion of stability, because honestly, truthfully, it doesn't matter what you do, there's always the potential that someone's going to be unfaithful. There's literally no way you can guarantee somebody would not be unfaithful to you, or somebody would not fall out of love. You know, these are not things that you can control. This is like, there was a long period of time that I used to, I don't want to say abuse, they feel that it was, I have never done anything wrong. There was a point in my life that I had experienced an abusive relationship, so I did not want to experience another abusive relationship. Crazy. So I did not use tarot as a way to pry into other people's energy. I've always been kind of against that. If I'm prying into somebody's energy, and I don't even want to use that terminology, but if I'm looking into somebody's energy without like being an actual reading, the only reason I'm doing it is to see how their energy is coming towards me or affecting my life. I don't look into what's going on in their private life. I don't care. It's what are their intentions towards me? Where would this go? What are the possible outcomes? What are the possible timelines? This is self-preservation, you know? If I was going out on a date with somebody that I didn't know, obviously as a woman, being picked up by a man in a car is scary because you don't want to be murdered, you know? And men are so weird to be like, hey, I've never met you before, come to my house, you know? That's weird. It's weird, and I don't know, I could like show up to your house and you are going to usher me inside and you have a chainsaw in the other room. I don't know that, you know? That's scary part of just being a single woman. So I would do like tarot on like people that I would potentially go on dates with, just to be like, is this person safe? Is this person okay? What is, you know, why is this person manifesting in my life? This is how I did. I didn't like, you know, what's their relationship like with their mother, you know, or I didn't do that. But it got to the point that I was relying too much on tarot, trying to get out of bad situations romantically that were like gonna happen regardless. So my spirit team would give me answers, but I would misapply them because it's really hard to read for yourself. And I would always like, if I was feeling anxious, I would take it to mean like the worst thing. And if I wasn't feeling anxious, I would take it the wrong way. It was just like a constant source of mayhem in my life. So I had to get to the point that I stopped reading. That's part of the reason why it's been kind of hard for me to come back to YouTube, is that I've not read for a while. I mean, I do private readings, but doing like YouTube readings, especially like putting your work out there as a creator, is difficult. It's time consuming. And then, you know, you have to see how people react to it, especially if this is, you know, you're monetized and you're trying to make an income off of this. You're reliant on views. So if you spend a lot of time and effort and energy into a video and it doesn't get any views, it was kind of like, it's Azazel. I will talk about it at some point, why I work with Azazel. I actually, like, the way that I've worked, I've stumbled upon them on accident. You know what's funny? I, at one point, in the worst part of the spiritual warfare I was dealing with, where like things were very dangerous, it was like dangerous for me to leave my house sometimes. Like it was dangerous for me to drive a car because of the amount of darkness that was being wished upon me, being, you know, people doing rituals on me and people just wishing harm on me. I mean, they still do, but my protection is at the point that that's really a lot more dangerous for them to do than for, you know, it to manifest into my life. I'm very highly guarded, especially with the team that I'm talking about. Azazel, at that point, I had got a seal of Saturn because Saturn is a very important planet to me. It used to be my logo with Saturn, and I've always felt very connected and protected by Saturn. So I was wearing the Saturn seal a lot, and I don't have it anymore. I got rid of it because I felt that it needed to go. I had no idea that is Azazel's seal, and I just doing research on my like ancestors. I do ancestor magic. I have for years. It's something I'm very open about. I focused on my mother's lineage and learning about that and healing that, and now I'm into my father's. Well, with my father's is like Jewish. So I was reading the book of Enoch and reading Azazel and Azazel's crimes. I immediately just started crying because like I felt the energy of Azazel, and I like knew immediately that like I know him. I know him very well, and I have a lot of loving energy from him. Sorry, I still like I'm having trouble. I haven't had Banes since I was a kid, and I don't know what to do with them. I knew the spirit immediately, and it's been weird with like Apollo showed me about demons in Apollo, and Thoth had me do research on you know, the book of Enoch, and then that we went to after that a Testament of Solomon, and the Testament of Solomon was, I couldn't even finish it. It was so emotional for me because I recognized that it's the binding of those spirits. I know them. I know a lot of them. I've worked with them through my ancestors. So it's recognizing that the reason a lot of bloodline struggle is because your ancestors are bound is really hard to accept. So I've been learning about those spirits and connecting with these spirits, and really it's putting the dots together on who's here and who's been here and who has protected me. So Azazel doesn't have his own spirit vessel yet. You know, if you want to tip me so that we can get one for him, I would appreciate it. Oh, I don't want to cry. His energy is very special to me. So to see him portrayed as evil and, you know, changed to, you know, Tartarus because he taught, you know, people astrology and taught people how to wear cosmetics. I mean, they did bring weapons of war, but you know, that's tools. They gave tools to humans. They taught humans astrology. They taught humans how to wear makeup, and they some of the angels had relations with the humans, but you know, giants. But you know what's weird is that I'll talk more in depth about this because my research, I've found a lot of like crazy stuff. My nose is running, so it's crying. Sorry, I don't have a tissue. And we're not going to talk about that. They're saying some of the stuff they don't want me to share right now because they know that there are people out there that watch my stuff and then take what I say and then act like it's theirs. I've had a lot of people, false readers, that I do a reading, especially when I had Twitter, when I would post things, people would steal it from me, and bigger readers than me, not better readers, but you know, with a bigger audience. So they don't want me to share everything because there are a lot of people, vultures around is what they're saying, that will get theirs. But especially, when you start to really connect deep with your team that are more part of your shadow, they will die for you. You know, they will kill for you. And I talked a little bit about this to Gemini, and I don't mean to sound dark, but that's really, it's especially animal spirits. A lot of the goetic spirits are associated with lions. What does a lion do when, you know, someone comes near its cub? That's the type of spirits that you work with. And I don't, you know, to each magician their own. But my relationship with them has been so backwards to where I've like, one that is in the Testament of Solomon, actually two in the Testament of Solomon, I knew immediately. I know them well. One of them, I've known them since my childhood, and I have a very close and loving relationship with that spirit. So the fact that they were bound and forced to do slave labor to build a temple was very disheartening. And then, you know, through that, it helped me heal the relationship that I had with the Jezebel spirit, and that allowed me to unlock the higher vibration of her. Because when you're dealing with demons connected to people as in possessions, it's very low vibrational. Everybody has their higher and lower aspects, even the gods. I mean, you look at Zeus and Hades are thought to be two aspects of the same god. You have the Zeus, which is the sky, and then you have Hades, the underworld. Everybody has their light and shadow. And that's the thing about working with shadow guides. If you connect to Hades, if you connect to Pluto, if you connect to Shiva, to, you know, Kali, if you connect to these different Urish Kagal wants to be mentioned, Hecate. These are guides that unleash demons, that work with demons, that send demons to do their bidding. So you ask Hades for something, you ask Hades for help with something. You can't be upset when he sends demons, because what did you think Hades was going to send for you? You know, you just have to heal your view of what a demon is and how to work with demons. And are they dangerous? Yes. Animals are dangerous. It's an animalistic energy. We won't get further into other spirits that are here that I work with personally and that I've worked with for many years. This is not like me changing up and like, you know, suddenly. It's just me understanding better who I am and who is around me, and also like sharing a part of myself I haven't shared, because there are certain spirits that I have known that I work with and that I knew that would scare people. And I also felt like I've talked about this, you know, in other ways. When you are somebody that other people like to emulate a lot, you have to, like, a responsibility to kind of shield people in a way of things that they would not be able to handle. So the general viewer of mine would not be able to handle working with King Belial. So I'm not going to tell you that yeah, he's been calling to me for over a year, and we don't have beef with each other, but I am avoiding him and he is punishing me. Because why are you avoiding me? And also when you connect with these guides and you connect to your ancestors, you'll find links like there, I know all of the demons are gods. They're gods and goddesses, or you know, they're the children of gods and goddesses, or they're earthbound, but they're significant, and they exist across cultures and different formats. So a lot of the demons, I know them as other spirits. I know who they are in other. A lot of the demons, they're Loa, and I know Loa. A lot of them are Orishas. A lot of them are Hindu gods. A lot of them are Hindu gods. The majority are. A lot of them are very influential fae, very famous fae. But it's almost like they wear a mask to. It's a way that they can kind of connect with everybody, but if you connect with them through your ancestors or as a protective guide, because sometimes you've worked with this spirit a lot in past lives, or you have an ancestral spirit that worked with this spirit and they send them for you, which is the case of the Loa. I have one Loa that has been with me for a few years, and he's scary, and he is a lot to deal with. He is sent to me from an ancestor, and I know who that ancestor is, and he opens the door to allow that ancestor to visit me sometimes. So I am cautious with this Loa because I know his power and I know his association, and I know what he's capable of, and I know his darker aspects are not always what I want in manifesting into my life, but when he comes around, I know that it's for a reason, and how to work with him appropriately. And that's something that you need to build up over time. It's not something that you dive deep in. I mean, you can, and if you're naturally gifted, you might feel called to do that, and that's your trial by fire. I've had mine. I think all of us that are progressed, advanced magically, I don't want to say spiritually, because you know there's a disconnect. I'm scrap the reading. They don't want me to do the cards anymore, especially he is not here right now, but a messenger of his is Lucifer. Really does not like for you to read cards. I know this. And the thing is I can channel, so I don't need, I can channel and I journey visually. So I can do a shamanic journey. Like sometimes I journey on accident. One day I was like journeying and I wasn't able to control it, and it scared me because like my friend was driving and I was like participating in a conversation, but I was fully aware that we were on a journey together. I could see it spiritually that this like seemingly normal car ride together, she was driving, we were journeying, and she wasn't aware that we were, but I could tell that the conversation that we were having, and it was literally like my journeys, you know, I'm a shaman, I do journeying. I don't meditate as much, I journey. I don't really like to, I can lucid dream. I don't like to astral project. I like to journey. And this is something that is very easy for me. But yeah, it got to a point that I had avoided doing it for a while because something bad happened to me. Not necessarily bad, something that I was not prepared for and not ready to deal with or capable of dealing with at that time. And it was my trial by fire. It was my shaman death. And it was honestly one of the worst things that's ever happened to me, but it was necessary. And if I would have known that it was going to happen in that way, I would have said no. That's why they didn't give me the choice. They tricked me. I'll talk about it in detail. It's a whole thing. I don't know why we're channeling this right now. They're happy to be here, and I'm happy that they're with me, and they're happy that I'm finally acknowledging them. He No, we won't say who he is. Not yet. It's not time for him yet, but he just wants you, a shout out to you guys. We'll talk about him one day again. I need to kind of establish some sort of, I'm genuinely a shaman and I'm not like, you don't need to, you know, it doesn't need to be a monkey see, monkey do situation because it's dangerous. And what I do is dangerous sometimes. And I have experienced very scary situations that I would not want to put another person through if I could prevent it in some way. I don't know, guys. I'm going to let you go. I don't know what this was. It'll reach whoever needed it. Okay, we're going to go. Bye.